Fourscore and 7 years ago.
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 4 and 7 years ago.
Our fathers brought forth on this continent.
So our fathers brought forth on this continent.
Our fathers brought forth on this continent.
A new nation.
A new nation.
A new nation.
A new nation.
A new nation. A new nation.
A new nation.
A new nation.
A new nation.
Conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition of
Conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition.
conceived with liberty and dedicated to the proposition.
Conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition.
Conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition.
All men are created equal.
And that all men are created equal.
All men are created equal.
All men are created equal.
That all men are created equal. That all men are created equal.
Not all men are created equal.
And that all men are created equal.
Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure.
We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live.
It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this.
And greatest, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hollow this ground.
The brave men living and dead who struggled here consecrated it far beyond our full power to add or detract.
The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here.
It is for us to live in rather to be dedicated to the unfinished work, for those who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced.
It is for us that living rather to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced.
It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they give the last full measure of devotion.
This nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and
That this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom.
A government
Of the people.
By the people, for the people,
shall not perish from the earth.
shall not perish from the earth.
Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers were born on this nation that they might know that this nation will live to see another day.
You combined everything into one quick summary.
That's it.